Well, whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome to another episode of the Taylor Complaints Comedy Podcast with me, your host, Taylor Perez. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. What better way to enjoy Valentine's Day than to watch a French movie, even though they're disgusting people? Um, sorry, Chanel. High Tension. High Tension's a lesbian love story about a woman named Alex and another woman named Marie. They go to Alex's house for the holidays. They what do? They it's a rural house in France. You can also watch this movie in dub, so it's not just subtitles for you monkeys that don't read subtitles. That wasn't racist. Speaking of monkey, every time I hear the movie, and this might be a little bit my problem, but every time I hear the movie review or release or whatever for The Monkey, the new movie that's coming out next week, that's an adaptation of the Stephen King short story, The Monkey, not to be confused with Monkey Shines, Kyle. I always think that's racist. I don't know. Think you can, and then I'm like, oh, but still, I'm like, eh. Then I'm like, wait, there's probably something wrong with my brain chemistry. It's too much comedy, I think. It's too much Kill Tony. I listen to too much Kill Tony. And if you've ever listened to Kill Tony, it's a comedy podcast where Tony Hinchcliffe sits on a dais with two or three comedians. He has random people walk up to the stage that are picked from a hat, and they tell jokes. These jokes are very inappropriate. So when I see a movie called The Monkey, all I can think about is Tony Hinchcliffe telling a joke about Cam. Just we're not ever going to get monetized. There we will never see success from this podcast. And even though, oh, look at this. Taylor complains. It's my mug. I don't sell merch because I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I want the money from like advertisers. I want people to advertise with this podcast. I want like Blue Chew. You know what I mean? I want to get your dick hard. That's what I want. I want Blue Chew. I want ZipRecruiter. I want stuff like that. I don't want Neon to call me and to go, "Hey, we need you to give a review on this film." You can only use these words. I've talked to reviewers and I know how this works. You can only I mean if I'm invited to a screening of a movie, a private screening, I think I can give whatever review I want. Even though I would never sign on to do any of these things with predetermined vocabulary at the catalyst of my review. There's no what you cannot pay for a word out of my mouth. You could pay me for my review that I'm already going to give anyway, but I'm going to do reviews on these movies anyway. So it doesn't make sense for the studio to give me money for reviews. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want and that shit. And that might be bad for business. That might be bad for business. But I'm still going to do it. It's what I do. It's what I enjoy doing. This is a hobby. I'm not making money off this. I don't make money off the podcast. I don't make money off my movie reviews. I don't need to. But if we ever do, it's going to be sponsorships. That's the bread and butter. What I want out of this. For those of you who are wondering, how come everybody else's reviews sound the same? Because they're paid to do them. They are paid to do them. They are only allowed to use certain words. They are only allowed to give certain views. That is why all of the content that you watch looks the same. I'm not saying this about everybody. And I'm not even going to point fingers. It's not unless you ask. If you ask who it is, I'll tell you who they are. But I'm not going to like sink ships of my own volition. Whoa, that was not good. I know two people were mad. I just did that. So yeah, High Tension. God, my ability to tangent. How long did I just tangent? 5 minutes? Did we just do 5 minutes? Oh, we did do 5 minutes on just me being a F word. Um, that word's coming back. Calling stuff gay's coming back. Retarded's coming back. God bless those three words. And listen, here's the deal. When these words do come back, okay, the F word, the G word, and the R word, you never use them to what they are actually about. That's not what those words are about. Those words are just variables for something that sucks, or stubbing your toe, or hey, my friend's really stupid. If you see a slow adult and you call him the R word, that's you should be thrown in a trash can for that. We don't do that. We don't do that. If you call a gay person a derogatory slur, that's these are not what these words are for. These words were just used to call your lame friends who couldn't do a trick at the skate park. You were at the skate park, you were drinking a 40 ounce. What are you, 15 years old, and you got your older brother to get it for you? And John can't do a kickflip, and he's wearing pink socks. What is John? Yeah, you know what I mean? I just that's what it is. It was never about calling gay people gay. That's never what it's been about. It's about culture, skate culture, and I don't know. Just maybe I live in a bubble. Maybe Orange County, California is a little different than other places in the world. I really have to snort. Really do. Where was I? Oh yeah, high tension. A young Ellen DeGeneres looking lady with a crew cut starts masturbating in her bed, thinking about how hot her friend is. When her friend's not really that hot. Her friend's not really that hot. And you know what? The lesbian lady, banging body, banging. She could do a lot better. You know what? If she wants to scissor with a girl that looks like a truck driver's cousin, that's fine. That's it's your prerogative to date down if you want to. Where did I just put that thing? Oh, there it is. I fidget with this. These are my AirPod my now these are my cheap AirPods. I have AirPods, actual AirPods in my gym bag. These are cheap. I keep like 3 of these around my house at all times so that no matter what I'm doing, I never run out of batteries. I don't have them in because I'm not talking to anybody, but just so you know, um, my high tension was great. The end doesn't make any fucking sense because the end's like this lady, and it's the twist that like she's the killer and she's the one doing all this shit. But there's so many different situations where it's like there's no way you could be in 2 places at once because it's like her vantage point. She's watching the killer do all these horrible things, but while she's watching, she's also interacting with the environment around her. So she's moving things, she's talking to people, she's having conversations. How the fuck could you do that? And don't insult my intelligence. I listen, monsters, fine. A guy with a bunch of pins in his head that comes from a box in hell, fine. Whatever. Okay. 3-headed dog, fire breathing rabbit. I don't care. Don't insult. Oh, I did not. I did not hit the mute button for that. Don't mention them. Don't even, let's not talk about it. We're going to talk through it. Don't insult my intelligence, okay? You put a hot lesbian on the TV and she's supposed to be this fat truck driver. I want justice. I don't believe that. I don't believe that can happen. That is not, oh, my cats are going to fight. They're going to fight in here. I have so many questions to get to right now. There's Broody. There she is in the back. What are you doing, mamas? You okay? And she's just going to hang out. She's going to hang out up there. Hey, you okay? Are you getting chased? They're chasing each other. And my horror sign stopped working. It was made in Japan. Lisa got it for me. She's Japanese. They're fighting. That's my son and my daughter fighting in the background. Are you guys are doing this on purpose, aren't you? Whoa, gee, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you, buddy? Aren't you, shithead? You guys got to do this in the other room. You can't do this with me here. There's 4 of the rooms in the apartment. It's 1,000 square feet. It's $3,000 a month to live here, and you guys have to be in this closet with me. I'm broadcasting to you from a closet. My cats can't. Anyways, hear me out. This Japanese sign, I have no problem with the Japanese. None. I think they're wonderful. But if you put them in camps, you could teach them how to make better signs. I'm just saying the camp served a purpose. I you don't you don't shit. I don't let's I'm sorry. Lisa, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love the sign. I love it. It doesn't work. It's Japanese, which is odd because Japanese, the people work, but they're merchandise. Uh, dick pics. If you're going to take a dick pic, okay, this is for all the guys out there. If you're going to take a dick pic, you got to put it in a hot dog bun. You got to put googly eyes on it. You got to put it in a toilet paper roll and roll it. You need to be creative. There's no listen. Gone are the days where you could just sit in a computer chair and have it out with a good angle because you think it's impressive. No one is impressed. No one's impressed. How many donuts can you put on it? How many of those little store-bought donuts can you fit? That's what the ladies want to know now. Can you make them laugh? If you can make them laugh with your wiener, I think that it's okay to send. That I am in support of. Don't send me that shit because I will kill you. I will kill you and then myself. Um, please don't. No more. No more of the regular dick. You got to do really like, you know what I mean? Like you're playing PlayStation and then like it just flops onto the control. Like that's hilarious. That's hilarious. It just made me die. I don't know. I don't know. There's comedy in there somewhere. There really is. I've been watching a lot of Jackass lately. I really have. Um, what else? What else? The Gulf of America, that happened. If you look on Google Maps now, the actual Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America, and everybody's upset. I don't get. I guess I get why people are upset. My main thing is to be upset about why can't you just focus your efforts elsewhere with your power and presidency? With that my cat's head up there? Are you just gonna hang it? She's like a little ornament up there. You can see in the right hand corner of your screen. I can just can't really see. You can see that she's up there though. Little tiger lily. It's up there, sweetheart. That's broody. Um, gas prices are supposed to be lower. They're not. Groceries are supposed to be lower. They're not. And I'm seeing a growing number of videos on the internet of I regret my vote. I voted for Kamala Harris. I didn't like Kamala Harris, but listen, we run on a bipartisan system here. The only two votes that you're ever going to cast that matter are red or blue. I could vote for the Libertarian Party or the Green Party, but does it matter? They're never going to win. They've never won. Does it matter? So essentially, your voice does not matter. Much like, listen, P. Diddy used to tell us to vote all the time. Your voice matters, rock the vote. He was rocking baby oil, jacking himself off a little kid's feet. Weird, weird. I'm never taking advice from a celebrity again. Rock the vote. Hey, he had his lip gloss on. Hey, get out and vote. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. No, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, Clyde. It's not gay, homie. It's not gay. He's 13. Hurry up, man. Oh, almost there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We just simulated that and it was gross. And I was uncomfortable and you were uncomfortable. Why? Because we're good people. We don't do that. We don't do that. That's P. Diddy. P. Diddy does that. Never rocking the vote again. I'm never voting again. It doesn't matter. You vote. One guy's an idiot. The other one's an incumbent that has to run because the other guy's too old to run. And then we just get a bunch of morons. We're surrounded by morons. But I think these are famous last words. We all think that we're surrounded by morons. I go to work surrounded by utter morons. No one sees my vision, but it could be my ego. I don't know. Let's get to some questions. There's lots of questions this week. Tons, actually. And here we go. Oh my God. Why is the first question about another creator? This one says, I'm going to show it to you. I'm not here. This is what it says. Okay. Why does Chuck always say seen instead of saw? Chuck is a horror content creator on Horror Talk, the place that I was kicked out of. I think it's because he's from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, they have a lingo. They have a lingo. I think it's because of the region of America that he's from. That was probably from somebody that's not from the United States. If you're from the South, you sound retarded, but it's just it's just the affect of your of your English and how it comes out. Like I'm from Southern California, I probably sound super retarded all the time, all the time. And listen, we're bringing it back. We're bringing that word back. Not retarded, like, not that kind. We don't talk about those people in bad ways. We love them. They're pillars of our society, and they don't know any better. Fucking, they leak too much though. God damn, drooling and peeing all over the place. Here's the next one. Out of all the horror talkers, talkers is spelled Tock. I love whoever wrote this. Out of all the horror talkers, who is the most insufferable? I don't know. Probably Chuck. Probably the guy that you just mentioned. Because and I'm not gonna say anything bad about him as a person, even though I could go on for like an hour and a half. It's all just like, you want to see the most extreme movie that I've ever seen in my life, and it catches your attention, but it's just a movie full of rape. And that's it. It's just rape and like child pornography. It's just gross. It's just like this isn't horror. There's no monsters. There's no serial killer. There's no gore aspect of it. It's just like a guy and he's like chaining girls up and like shoving chains inside of. I don't know. It just look great, lame. It's not. It's unnecessary. I don't know. Just like that's not a horror movie. It's just exploitation. He likes exploitation films. Don't call them horror films. Then you're not a horror fan. You hate women and you like watching them get beat up and sexually assaulted. That's cool. I like Baskethead, where people are running from midgets. Just that essentially essentially that's what it is though. I mean, it's a really short monster thing. It's that height. It's the height of, you know what I mean? Mad Motor, it's the Willow. It's Willow. All right, we got to keep going. Um boxers, hold on, we get it. Boxers, boxer briefs, or tidy whities. Okay, so I wear the smallest. And this is just brand new. I'm just integrating into the underwear world. I've not worn underwear. How long? How long has it been? Um, I haven't worn underwear for like 20 years. So this last month, I'm like, I'm gonna stock up. So I bought 10 different types of 10 different types of pairs of underwear, and they're all like silk, cotton, whatever the fuck, like just testing them out. All I know is I like the constricting ones, the ones that are like really tight and short. So yeah, I wear like I guess like really short boxer briefs, and they're like yellow, red, blue. No, listen, no yellow. They're blue, black, gray. I'm so afraid of wearing the gray ones because what if I don't wipe good enough? And then there's physical proof later on. I mean, they already smell. After one day of wearing them, they smell like witch feet. Like I'm telling you, I don't. They smell like Los Angeles when I take my short my. But you know what? My pants are not smelly now. So we are slowly becoming more hygienic as the years go by. So I will hear no disparagement of my hygiene because I now wear underwear and I'm propelling myself into perpetual cleanliness. How old were you when you lost your virginity? I like these. These are all over the place. I was 13. I was 13. It happened my freshman year of high school. I was a football player, and this lady moved into this apartment complex. I guess she wasn't a lady. She was like 13. This girl moved into an apartment complex, and one of the parking garages in her development wasn't like fully built yet, but like they had like the stairs and like, but it was all blocked off. Like you could walk into the parking garage, but you couldn't drive into it. So we had sex on the stairs. It's weird. And I'll never forget that. How many people lose it in the stairs of a parking garage? How many tattoos you have? I have no idea. A lot. 30, 20. I don't know. Between 20 and 30, I would say. A lot. I get tattooed every month. Every month. As soon as summer happens, it's not cold as shit. I will be taking this sweatshirt off. I'm back at the gym. Your fat boyfriend is back at the gym. I'm trying. I can't be bald, ugly, and fat. I can't do all three. I can't. There's Shrek, the donkey, and Fiona. I can't be all three. Those are three different people, and right now I look like all three of them. I gotta figure this out. Shrek was bald, donkey was gross, Fiona was fat. I gotta figure it out. I really do. I can't be all three. It's not helping me right now. That DreamWorks is about to call and be like, "Hey, can we put you in the movie? We don't even have to animate you because you look like a fucking pig, donkey virus. Let's just put you in the film." I don't want that. I don't want that. I have too much shame. Um, does it curve? Oh my God. This is not, it does not curve. It is just a straight. I think it's straight. Is it might curve a little bit. I don't know. If it curves at all, it curves up, I think. Just like a little, but not like profoundly. I think it's very like incrementally curves up. You guys are very perverted this week. I love it. Favorite kink or fetish? I don't know. Heels, boots, leather, latex. I'm not wearing this shit. Okay. Okay. Because I would be a hideous trans person. Hideous. I mean, to be honest, most of them look like they've transitioned into some type of reptile. Okay. A lot of trans people. They look like You look like computer chairs that have maybe a decade of wear and tear in them, but be happy, have fun, do what you want to do. I love trans people. You guys have great senses of humor. There's one listening to this going, fucking, how dare you? How dare, with like the very overcompensated male voice. Oh, like, easy, Miley Cyrus. We see you. Easy does it. Fucking Adam's apple. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, I have the giggles today. Very silly. It's a very silly Valentine's Day. But yeah, just like a dominatrix would look without like someone hitting me or dominating me or putting things in my butt. So I don't like those things. Uh, for me, I like them for whoever else does them. I don't care. I have no like prejudice in that sense. You should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. I just don't like that stuff. So yeah, just like if someone's dressed as one as you know what has been super cool is the harnesses that go around. They're like hold on. They're like it's like a bra, but there's like extra straps that like go to I don't know, man. Like whew, I'm chubbed up right now. Chubbed up right now talking about it. The sound of my buttery smooth voice turns me on. How about that? How about that? Cut or uncut. These are all going to be about dicks, aren't they? I'm definitely circumcised because listen, if you've got that extra skin, they should ship you back to Britain where you fucking belong and you can dump curry in it or whatever you guys do. And that's not a Middle Eastern joke. They eat a lot of curry in Britain. I have enough friends in Britain to know or whatever. It's the if you're an American, every part of England or Europe is the same shit. England, Britain, London, the Welsh people. I don't even know where Welsh people come from. Same shit. To me, it's same shit. I know you guys, it's regionally, you're different countries, you're different provinces, whatever. Provinces, Canada, whatever. See, my ignorance holds no bounds. It is boundless. But I'm telling you right now, I it's all the same shit. This is all the same shit. Sorry. I don't love you any less. I still want to give you all hugs. I still love you very, very much. It's just kind of all the same shit. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, for sure cut. I don't, it's probably not cool to do that to babies. Now that I think about it, I'm not gonna clutch my pearls and like go off on some fucking weird rant about it. I'm just saying maybe doing that to babies is weird. But have you seen one that's not? I just found out one of my friends' boyfriends has that thing. I judge him now. Peel that skin back, all that white ricotta cheese falling into your underpants. Oh, gross. Gross. All right. Smells like a latrine. Dick, your dick smells like a latrine. Are we at war? What's going on? Oh, yeah, my boyfriend's not circumcised. Oh, okay. It's not somebody dug a latrine somewhere near. Got a that ricotta. You got ravioli dick. Peel it back. Gross. What got you into horror? What got me into horror? I don't know. I have no idea. Having a dad with no feelings got me into. I really don't think my dad has feelings though. We might have to look into this. Very stern, very strict, not a lot of feelings in dad. Love him though. Miss him. Hi, Dad. He's not listening to this. My dad would not make it through 5 minutes of this podcast without calling me and be like, "This is unacceptable. This is unprofessional. What if your boss heard this?" If my boss heard this, I'd be like, "Shove a fist in your ass." No, I like my boss. I like my boss. I'd be like, "Hey, dude, this is. I say this shit at work. We say this shit at work. I made fun of my manager for being Asian right in front of the general manager, and they all laughed. And then my friend, and then the Asian manager was like, "Well, at least I don't eat dogs." I'm like, "That's your word. That is true. Thank you." And I said, "Thank you for not eating." Dogs. Thank you so much for not doing that. That wasn't the joke, but I appreciate it. And this is why we need to reopen the camps. I don't know what got me into horror. I have ADD. As you can tell, listening to this, we started talking about high tension, and then we went off on a horrible racist rant that was obviously it's comedy at the center of it. No actual racism. I don't want the Klan. If you're in the Klan and you're listening to this, you need to turn it off, buddy, because I'm always gonna vote for the black guy. Always. But yeah, I don't know. The Fly, I saw The Fly when I was really young, and I really liked that. Then I saw The Fly 2 and I liked it more because The Fly 2 is an actual it's like an actual monster at some point. The Fly 1 is like he literally turns into this like fly, like this bleh, like a very at some he's got the bug eyes at one point and he just looks like a blob. Second one, he's got like teeth and shit. I'm like, I don't know where flies get teeth, but whatever. But yeah, I obviously I don't feel that way now. The Fly 2 sucks. It's terribly bad. But The Fly 1's probably one of the best films ever made, Cronenberg. I still need to watch Videodrome though. I've never seen Videodrome. Shut up. I everybody is groaning in compliance right now with my idiocy. Shut up. I haven't seen Videodrome. I'm working on it. I'm gonna watch it eventually. It's old. If you had to fuck a movie monster, which movie monster would it be? So last time that this was asked, I said the lady from Splice. This time I'm gonna go with Hercules. There's a Sam Raimi show back in the 90s called Hercules of the Legendary Journeys. There was a mother of monsters. Her name is Echidna. I I don't listen. She's got no private parts that you can see, and she's got the sharpest teeth I've ever seen. But I would grab her ears and try to touch her voice box with my penis. I'm just saying respectfully, I don't care how many tentacles she has. I do not care. And I can't even remember what she looks like. Is she hot? I have no idea. I know she's blue and there's no bottom to her. It's just like she breaks off into tentacles, like an octopus. Actually, now that I think about it, there might be teeth. No, because she's like a snake. She's not like an octopus. There's nothing underneath. She's like a snake. It's just one long thing, but she's got arms up top. I don't know how this would be possible. I think I would have to grab her ears and be violent with this lady. She's a snake. I don't think she has ears. Well, she's also bald, so we could touch heads together. It would be the first time that two people could rub greasy heads while they do disgusting things together. And that's who I would pick. That's a deep cut too. Sam Raimi's Hercules. You guys know what I'm talking about. That show ruled. It was a little campy. I can't watch it now, but it was awesome for the time. What else do we have? Have you ever tried stand-up comedy? How did it go? Would you? I did stand up once at the Harp Inn and I got in trouble because I said something bad. I said something about like I was a insensitive joke about social commentary that was going on at the time. I cannot remember. I was like 22, 20 something. I was in my 20s. But I always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. I'm just really bad at public speaking. I'm good at this. I'm good at sitting here and turning little things that I write into like 40-minute rants. Whether they be like pertinent or attention grabbing is up to you, but this is very easy for me to do. So this is what I mean. I'm very exhausted at the end, but this is easy for me to do. So I do this and I do my horror movie reviews. So I'm talking about two things that I love. Here I get to talk about comedy and topical things. Later on, I get to talk about horror movies. Oh, we got to get through this because I have a ton of shit I want to get to. Who hung better dong? Kevin Bacon and Hollow Man or dude, it's Kevin Bacon. Have you seen Wild Things? Kevin Bacon hangs dong in Wild Things, and that guy is packing. That guy's packing, but as he should. Kevin Bacon's a national treasure, and he's been kicking ass since like the 80s, maybe the 70s. I don't know. Kevin Bacon, if you haven't seen Stir of Echoes, it's on Tubi, and it's from 1997. Kevin Bacon fucks in that movie. He's so good. He doesn't hang dong in it. He does not hang dong. But Kevin Bacon is going to go up there with the greats. I mean, he's a horse. He's a horse. He is a horse. What else? Would you rather strangle a baby to death or drink a gallon of diarrhea? Jesus Christ. Okay, so if I drink the diarrhea, I'm going to die. Like I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get sepsis. I'm gonna die. If I strangle the baby, I'm going to jail forever and then probably gonna get killed in jail. I'll probably drink the diarrhea. I don't want to go to jail. I wouldn't be. I don't want things in my butt. I don't want that. I saw American History X once and I saw how Edward Norton sat in that chair and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna cry as I lower my butt down to sit on the chair. It was the funniest, but now it's hilarious. Now it's like your fucking butt got blown out. But back in the day, that was not a funny, that was horrific. This guy, he's got a swazi on his chest and he just got just reamed by this huge guy in the shower. There's blood on the ground dripping down his leg, and then he goes to sit in the chair, and you're like, ugh, I don't like that. Well, never going to jail. Movies have been a part of my life forever. Holy shit! Spread my legs and take my dripping wet pussy. Fuck me until you come on my tits. There we go. Here, look, listen. I didn't make this up. I didn't make it up. What can I tell you though? I bet a guy wrote this. I bet it's a guy. Think you're real funny, don't you? Don't you? Pull it out. Pull it out right now. I dare you. You won't do it. Well, you're listening to the podcast. Now you're gay. You pulled it out. You're gay. I'm just kidding. We got to make it funny on here, or else it gets weird. You don't want this to get weird. Come on. All right. Give head or get head? I don't know. Probably give. I don't know. Both. Both because you want people to be happy. You want everybody in your life, everybody in your relationships to be happy. Give head or get head. Just so you guys can, you know what I mean? People ask these things. It's got to be both though. You got to make sure everybody's happy. You got to make sure you're happy. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you never skip arm day so that if you don't get head, you could you know what I mean? It's a silly Valentine's Day, I'm telling you. It is. But definitely both. Definitely both. How long have you been a hardcore kid? My whole life. My whole maybe since 2001. So 25 years? I thought it was a phase and then I get over it. I started with like Slipknot and Killswitch Engage and Shadows Fall and like all those like early Ozfest bands. And it just graduated. But I'm also from Orange County, so I grew up with Stick to Your Guns, and I would go to their shows in high school when they were a high school band, and now they're huge. I still try to see them whenever they come, but I definitely feel like an old guy now. But that's like, you know what I mean? Stick to your guns. Classic rock. It's my classic rock. Dude, Bleeding Through, classic rock. Old Atreyu, classic rock. 18 Visions, classic rock. Shadows Fall, Killswitch Engage. Old Lamb of God, not new Lamb of God. As the Palaces Burn, Burn the Priest, Lamb of God, classic rock. That is, these are the songs for its time. My boxing gloves came in next Friday. Okay, I know who this is. My boxing gloves came in work. My boxing gloves just came in. Does next Friday work for you? I sent my friend uh, a reel of this dude, and it doesn't show anything. It just shows this lady with boxing gloves, and she's like doing this with like a speed bag, and like all you hear is a guy go, ow, 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 ow. So it's a lady punching this dude's balls. That's never happening. That's never happening. I would like, while the allure of having your wiener protrude through a hole and someone do something with it, a lady do something with it, is very exciting. I don't, you should, it shouldn't hurt. I don't understand. People want stuff to like hurt. Why? It doesn't life hurt? Shouldn't this feel good? You got to go to work later. That's going to hurt. And no one's coming at work. It's not happening. Doesn't happen. People don't do that. Coming at work. Get out of here. Could you please? No, that's it. We're done. We are done. That question got read last week. Jim Jeffries is getting sued for saying the Village People's YMCA is a gay anthem about dudes fucking in the shower. Jim Jeffries is one of the funniest men on the planet. He has a podcast called At This Moment with Amos, and it's hilarious. And I love it. The Village People are suing him. The Village People have songs like the YMCA or Macho Macho Man or In the Navy. The three arguably gayest songs that you could ever hear. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't care how many men have been in the Navy. I don't care if you actually go to the Navy and take that. I don't care. But you got to be self-aware with this music. You can't be suing people because they're interpreting your songs as homosexual anthems. Just let the gays be happy and blast this music. You know what I mean? It's Raining Men. Gays listen to that, but it's clearly a lady singing about how much she loves men. But the lady that wrote that song's not all open arms about it. She's just like, whatever, whoever this song makes happy, let's do it. It's raining men, it's raining seamen, whatever. One has an 18-year consequence that you might have to drown upon birth, but what are you going to do? You just hold it underwater until the bubbles stop, and then you have no issue anymore. Baby, be gone. What else is there on here? Super Bowl. The Super Bowl just happened, and the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Kansas City Chiefs handedly. And in Philadelphia, they were so terrified that more people would die that they greased the telephone poles so that the Philadelphia Eagles fans did not try to attempt to climb these electric power poles because someone died during an NFC playoff win 2 weeks ago. So people were already climbing these poles, not being able to get down and dying or being electrocuted because the people of Philadelphia are retarded. Let this be known and shared throughout the land. Whoever listens to this, I know there's my friend and Cameron in Australia is listening. Chanel and French Canada is listening. Maybe Millie in Europe. There's 3 separate continents right there. No, that's not true. There's 2 separate continents because Canada is in North America. You retard. We're all around where this podcast is worldwide. There's 160 listeners every single month. And I will leave you with this. Actually, I'm not going anywhere. The Philadelphia fans are retarded. Don't ever go anywhere and not think that because they eat. I mean, there's video of them eating horse shit. We're so excited. We're going to flip over cars. I can't believe we won. I'm going to throw up into this guy's gas can. It is a different world in Philadelphia. I've never been. I've heard that it's historically beautiful and there's lots of places of merit to see. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see. There's some fat ass climbing a pole. How do you even do that? Weighing all. We know you've been living off of buffalo wings for 6 weeks. How do you fit up a telephone pole? Where's the, I mean, the upper body strength in Philadelphia has got to be ridiculous. For the authorities to have to grease the poles so that people don't climb them and die is insane. All right. Do we have time for the who's getting deported game? This might have to wait till next week. I have a game here. It's called Who's Getting Deported. And it's not what you think. I'll tickle you with the feather. All right. I'm gonna tickle your ass with the feather here because we had a lot of questions this week. We got to a few topical things, but listen, I like the Q&A. I like it. We got to all your questions. None of them they were all, you know what I mean? Ask whatever you want. If you're listening to this podcast every week, 2 or 3 times a week, I'm going to post an NGL. It's a link where you can ask anything anonymously. I keep it anonymous just so I don't know, and you don't know. But if you ask whatever, I'll read it on here and I'll do the best I can to turn it into comedy, answer it honestly, all the things. So, hold on, let me snort real quick. Who's Getting Deported is a game where I take things that make me upset, people that make me upset. Okay. Like, think of I don't know, people who eat with their mouth open, deported. Has nothing to do, obviously, with like race or whatever. I'm pro immigration. If you want to come here, come here. You know what I mean? Get a job, do whatever you want to do. I do like the Social Security card aspect because then nobody could hire you and pay you less than you deserve. Because there's a minimum wage in America. You should be paid at least that. I mean, there should be no minimum wage. You should be paid a lot. You should be paid way more than that. Minimum wage should be like substandard. It should be laughable to pay people that less, that amount. But be that like homeless people, deported. Get rid of all of them. I hate homeless people. I don't like them. But even the ones that say God bless you after you give them money, I want to flamethrow them and just watch them conflagate into ash. I just when the screams stop and then the sound of their ashy bones, oh man, like a campfire. You're just sitting there. Now, the next time you're at a campfire, you'll be like, "Oh, is this what homeless people's bones sound like when they're on fire?" Um, I'm telling you, I hate them. But I lived in Portland for 3 years during the pandemic. I saw the homeless problem. Like we would walk by like a tent and just see a hand shoot out at us. No audible words being said. Just I don't know what that is. I don't know what he just said, but it's like a mating call for a moose, and a bunch of other homeless people would come around, and it's terrifying. I don't like homeless people because I guess I don't get it. I don't I don't think we do a good job with homeless people. I think that the government could do a better job. The government, someone's driving a Rolls Royce in the government, and that money could be used to fucking house these pieces of shit. So I don't have to see, smell, or hear them. They ruin all three senses. All three. And you know what? I know what you think. That's very insensitive. Cool. Then you let them live with you. You let them live with you and your feelings and your altruism, and you fucking figure that out. Because I'm not letting them live with me because they smell like onions. Folks, next week we will be playing the Who is Getting Deported game. And spoiler alert, none of it's race related. None of it. Absolutely none. It's all just people that I hate with all my heart because they're annoying. Because they're annoying, not because of what they, well, some of it's because of what they look like. But those are chosen things like articles of dress. You know, I'm not giving anything away. You're not getting this out of me. I love you guys. We'll see you next week.